Hi everyone, it's Bobbi-Jo and welcome to my home. I am coming to you with some stamping for Stamping Sunday, and what I'm doing right now is just stamping out these little girls that a friend got me, and I understand that another friend of mine really liked them, and I figured I'd stamp her out a few, and yeah, so I will be stamping these in both Memento ink, which is the Tuxedo Black. This is good for the alcohol markers. I don't know if she has alcohol markers, but just in case. And then I think she works with watercolor a lot, so I will put StazOn on some of them as well, just so she can use it. And then I'm going to label each one. So I should label that now. And then she'll know which kind of type of marker she can use with each. A lot of people don't know that depending on the type of marker you use, that you have to choose your ink a certain way so it doesn't run. All right, so this is Memento. I hope everybody's doing well today. I am pre-recording this. Wow, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I was getting some things together for this particular friend so I can ship them out late this week. But yeah, I just was getting that together for her, so I can stuff them in her pocket letter. I don't think these are conditioned. No, they are not. I should have taken a white eraser to these so that they went better. But they will do. I will take an eraser to them another day. There we go for that one. Now I'll do another Memento for her. Gotta love the stamp platform, eh? I find this Memento ink pad, the pad itself isn't very high, so I always get like I touch my stamps. Might help if I get my earphones out of the way, eh? Okay. Yeah, so I hope everyone's doing well, and anyone looking forward to the Super Bowl is having a great day. We are certainly looking forward to it. There we go. So we're going to switch on out. Going to switch our to our StazOn. Oh, I didn't label that one. You guys should have stopped me. Memento. I spelled it wrong, didn't I? Yep, I did. Okay, so that is that. I'm going to switch to the StazOn. All right. I think it should be all right still. Now, anybody wondering about these are my magnets for my stamp platform. I put washi tape over them, And it just helps, like, if you get them, if they come together like that, you can just pull them away from each other. I'm going to have to replace that washi at some point. I've had it ever since I had them, the platform, but for now, it's working. Okay, I'm not even going to clean them. I'm just going to keep on going because no matter whether they're like your stamps can be a little bit dirty, and it actually helps a little bit sometimes to on them, but just the sticking. However, one thing to remember is that with StazOn, you do need the StazOn stamp cleaner, so that's why I do them second. In order so that I can just clean off my stamps afterwards. But keep in mind too, stained stamps, they may not look pretty, but even if they were stained, they work. They work just the same as they would otherwise. It's just that there's some color that's still on them. So I would not worry about that, because just because it's stained does not mean it's not functional. It's the same with your dies, right? If you have your dies out and they get bent in the machine, I think we've all been there where the dies get bent and you're trying to bend them back and they never get back to where they were. They still work the same. The machine is still going to flatten those out, whether it likes it or not. So this is the StazOn. I find that StazOn is so much crisper, but I use mostly alcohol markers, so I don't use StazOn a lot, but I do find it nice. And I don't know if this piece will be big enough here, so we'll try. No, I like StazOn for the crispness, but I love my I have watercolor markers. My alcohol markers are my go-to, and then if I happen to need a watercolor one, I take it, but it's not the first thing I reach for. The main reason I want it StazOn is because it does go onto other surfaces and stays. It does not move. And I'm going to show you something here in a moment. I'll bring the StazOn over, actually, and show you. And then I'll show you something with my desk, where you might not know it can be used in that way. Perfect. All right. I didn't do that one. Okay, I'll get my wipe. And we'll clean these off. Now I want to show you what the StazOn is like. It's this stuff right here. and it's all-purpose stamp cleaner. I only use it for StazOn. I use my baby wipes for other things, but I want to show you something first, and we'll just set that over here. But I want to show you something on my desk here, and it's this right here. And I'll take one hand and do it. If you've got marker stains on your glass platform, just spray on some of that StazOn, and it's a lot easier to clean that up. And then this part didn't get enough, so I just spray that. And I've had this StazOn spray, so you can see I hardly have to wipe to take that off. And I've had this spray, it's got to be 3 years at least, the same bottle. But I do not use, like I said, I don't use StazOn as much as my Memento, because I use my alcohol markers. So I'm just going to clean off those stamps here, because with the StazOn, I don't want it staying on too long, just in case. You don't really need to clean your stamps every single time, unless you're changing colors or something like that. So keep that in mind. It's not a necessity. People like to see them clean, but you don't have to clean them. So, all right. So I am going to get some more stamps here, and I'm just going to set these aside because I want to die cut them. So I'm just going to die cut those. Now, some people do their die cuts first. You're going to need, if you do that, you're still going to need the, sorry, I've got to think for a second. You're going to need washi tape if you're going to use a stamp platform, because you just want to be along the very edges. So if I stamp this before if I cut this before I stamp it, when I put it down, when I put the image down on my platform to stamp, I'm going to have some washi tape just on the edges in order to keep that. And sometimes I do that with all kinds of things, because sometimes I don't use these either. They get in the way or whatever, and I take some washi tape and use it instead. Especially when I'm doing large items. Like if I'm stamping all of these stamps from the original plastic, for instance, if they came in a large sheet. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. We got another little girl. Oh, no, we did that one. That's just her. All right, so we got a couple more here. I'm stamping these on 110 cardstock. I'm basing that on the person that's using it. For me, a 110 cardstock, some people will say, okay, no, you need watercolor paper. And yes, there's watercolor paper I do use if at all possible. But it's not out of the complete ether that your 110 cardstock can be used as well. If you're not really doing a heavy water on it, it should be okay. And then, actually, these are, Otherwise, I will use, like I do use watercolor paper. But yeah, I'm basing it on the person, I think, how the person might be stamping. Now, these are new. I don't think because of time, I don't think I'll condition them right now. But normally what I do is I go over these with a white. And you're trying to get off, there's a layer on there. And you just go over them quick. I'm going to go over this one and show you the differences. So just bear with me here for a moment, and you can see the difference between the one that doesn't have that sheen on it and the one that does. Let's just see if there's any more here. I'm looking just for the shiny spots. She will get gradually more and more conditioned as she gets dirty, but all right. So we're going to use the Memento first. Okay, so here we go. These are the eyes on the one I didn't condition. These are the eyes on the one that I did, and that's after the first time. So technically, she's ready to go. I don't even have to stamp her again. So let's go ahead and stamp our other ones. And this one here I've used before, and I still have some. So moral of the story, condition your stamps as soon as you get them, which I need to start doing. However, some of us get so many stamps in that we just don't get to. And there's the other ones are done now. But you can see a big difference. I could have just, had I conditioned all of them, I could have just had that one stamp. I didn't have to put anything else on my stamp platform. Something to wood stamps especially, because you're trying to get that one impression. So I highly suggest making sure that you are doing that conditioning beforehand. And you only have to do it once. It's just remembering it for me, the once. So I did 2 Memento last time, right? I think so. Just making sure that they're still even with the paper. Yeah, if I could do better with... I noticed it's like burnishing, right? You forget to burnish things. You know you have to burnish things, but you don't. All right, I gotta take these and reposition them, I think. But see, had I not had my magnet in the way, I could have only one shot with her again. If only I could remember to do that every time I got got new stamps. How'd we do? Did pretty good. All right. So that's another memento. We'll do our StazOn. StazOn. That's what I think of, like snap-on tools. That's what I think of every time I think of StazOn. Anyways, you guys, I think I've passed on as much knowledge as I possibly could to you, and I appreciate you stopping by and coming into my friend's collab. It's really nice. It's Crafting by the Pond is the co-host, and then it's Thelma Hall who's co-hosting. And yeah, I appreciate you stopping by and seeing what I'm working on. All right, thanks guys. Bye.